Hey, come on, let's go. Let's all go to the Cowboy Jack show. Hey, come on, let's go. Let's all go to the Cowboy Jack show. Cowboy Jack, he wears a cowboy hat. He likes to count and talk about everything he knows. Hey, come on, let's go. Let's all go to the Cowboy Jack show.
Howdy cowboys and cowgirls, it's me, Cowboy Jack, and today I'm really excited. We're with my friends right here at Sandstone Center for Neurofeedback. That's a lot of big words, but these folks are amazing. You know what we're gonna do? Sometimes I have a hard time concentrating. They have some tools that'll map out my brain waves and tell me what's going on up there and what we can do about it, all with non-invasive therapy. It's gonna be really cool. You guys wanna come in here and check it out? Whoa, what a beautiful office. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Cowboy Jack. I'm here for my appointment.
Great, I'll get you checked in right now.
Awesome, thank you. So just take a seat anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right. Boy, they've got a lot of really comfortable chairs. You know what? I guess while I'm waiting, I could just kind of take a little... Oh, sorry about that. I just closed my eyes for just a sec. Hey, are you guys laughing at my hair? Okay, I'll put the hat back in. I have a feeling something tells me you guys are going to be laughing at my hair a lot today. All right, so now we're just waiting for them to call me back. I'm so excited to get my brain map done. Maybe even do a little brain training today.
Hey, Cowboy Jack, are you ready to come back for your brain map?
Absolutely, let's do this. This is gonna be so cool. Guys, come on, I've never done a brain map before. So do you like draw it with a pencil, or do we do this on a computer, or?
We do it on a computer, Cowboy Jack. It's so awesome. Why don't you go ahead and have a seat?
Okay, and this
In the
really
big
cool
comfy recliner.
All
That's right. Go ahead and have a seat.
I can do that?
Yeah, that's not too bad. Is that comfortable?
Nah, this is great.
This is Miss Ariana.
Hi.
And this is Dr. Agnes.
Hi, Dr. Agnes.
And Dr. Agnes and I are going to kind of talk you through the brain map while Ariana is setting you up and getting you all ready to go.
Okay.
We'll tell you what she's doing and sort of what's happening.
All
Okay?
right, well, I've never had a brain map
I
before, so this
know.
is really exciting.
It is going to be so exciting, and it doesn't hurt. There's no pain. It's totally non-invasive. It's super easy, and all you have to do is sit still in that chair.
I can handle that. I'm
easy.
actually kind of an expert at that.
You're kind of an expert at that. And Miss Ariana will put she's got some nice pictures on the screen for you to help relax. Super easy stuff.
Okay,
we
let's
got you
get at
covered.
it.
But there is one thing, Cowboy Jack.
What's that?
You got to take the hat off.
Man, you guys, all right, we're gonna be doing a lot of laughing at this hair of mine today. So let's just get it all out, huh?
All right, get it all out. All right.
How about one big laugh all
That's
together?
right. All right.
All right.
You just wait, Cowboy Jack. We're gonna put some gel in your hair. Your hair is gonna look awesome by the end.
Maybe we
So
find me a new do today.
maybe we will. We
New
might get
look?
you. We might be able to mohawk you. With
I
all
might,
the
I might need to change from Cowboy Jack to like rock star
You
Jack.
might need to. You might need to. That's true. Okay, so Ariana, the first thing that she's going to do is she's going to measure your head, Cowboy Jack. How big do you
Okay.
think your head is? Small, medium, or large?
I'm gonna guess probably medium or large.
Pretty simple. Looks like you're a large.
Okay.
You know what? Why we do that? That tells us what size cap to wear while you're doing your brain map. Because
Okay.
if you have a small head and we put a large cap on, that doesn't work. And if you have a large head and we try and cram a small cap on, that's going to hurt. So this is a large cap. This is the brain map cap. Look at that.
That
What does
looks
it look
really
like?
cool.
Kind of looks like a swim cap, huh?
Yeah.
Not too bad.
A lot of,
Cap with a rainbow.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
a lot of cool colors going on.
That is a lot of cool colors. So Miss Ariana's going to slide that on your head.
Okay.
Here's where the fun starts with messing up your hair, Cowboy Jack. So she's gonna plug it in her machine, and she's doing that so that it can read your brainwave activity.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so what we're gonna be looking at today, Cowboy Jack, is how your brain is firing. Do you know what that means?
No, I have no idea.
So you have different kind of brain waves in your head.
4 different kinds of brain waves. You have delta waves, theta waves, alpha waves, and beta waves. And the brain map measures all 4 of those to make sure they have a good size to them, that the speed is good, and that they're balanced good between the left and right hand side of your brain. When that happens, you have good mood and good attention, you can fall asleep easily, you don't get scared. That's the good zone.
I'm ready
It is a
for
good
all
zone.
of those things.
Yeah, so it's kind of like if they're supposed to do this, sometimes they get a little wonky and they do this.
Yeah.
So
Another
this
kind of thing.
helps us measure what parts of your brain are doing this so that we can fix it.
Whoa.
Good job.
That feels exactly like a swim cap.
It does feel like a swim cap,
That's pretty
doesn't
cool.
it?
Do I look cool?
You
I-
look really cool.
I feel like I look cool.
You look cool. You're way cool, Cowboy Jack. And then she's gonna put these,
These are
plug
ear
these
clips.
in. Yep, they're ear clips.
You don't usually wear earrings, I would imagine.
No, not normally.
So this,
But I'll make exceptions for my brain map.
That's right. That's right. Super important.
yeah, and that just helps the computer read the brain waves. So
Looking good.
I mean, this is stylish, isn't
I
it?
know you're gonna want to buy one of these for home.
I
Aren't
could
you?
be a trendsetter.
You are a trendsetter. Let me tell you what. Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow, what's that stuff?
that is gel.
Okay.
Have you ever used slime? You ever play with slime?
I have played with slime.
Yes, so this is kind of a special slime. It's slime that helps the computer read those brain waves.
Okay.
So we're gonna put some in those little openings in your cap. It doesn't hurt. It does feel kind of cool. So you'll feel a little coolness touching your scalp.
Wow, that is cool. I heard that.
Yeah, did you hear it squish in there?
Yeah, that's just.
That is so cool. I get to come here and y'all get to put slime in my hair.
I know, we love
That
it.
is so
And
cool.
we get to take pictures of you while we're doing it. That's
And
awesome.
It feels cold. Like
It
it's
does feel
actually
kinda
really
cold.
refreshing.
It's refreshing. So it doesn't hurt, does it, Cowboy Jack?
No, I'm ready to get my mohawk on.
No, you're gonna have a mohawk. Trust me. Trust me.
Wow, it makes such a cool noise. It sounds like, I don't know, there was a TV show when I was a youngin' that they used to play on Nickelodeon called You Can't Say That on Television.
Oh, really?
And when you said something wrong, they would drop slime on you.
Oh.
That's the sound it would make.
It is kind of
It's
the
so cool.
sound. Well, little do you know, at the end of the brain map, we drop a big bucket of slime on you
you
from the
don't.
ceiling. No, I'm just playing. We
Hey,
would never.
I
do
could
that
help
to
you set that up though. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be awesome.
We'd have to wait for the right patient.
We
though,
would.
right?
We would. We would. Most.
I don't want you
definitely
getting any ideas for my second visit.
That's right. That's right. And so what we'll do is once she's done, we're going to start recording your brain map.
Okay.
And then after we get those results, you'll come back and Dr. Agnes, she'll go to our report room and she'll go over the results and she'll be able to tell you how your brain is firing, why it's firing that way. It'll help you understand why you feel the way that you feel sometimes. Like if you feel like it's hard to focus or you're feeling impulsive, right? Or you're feeling sad.
Scared.
Or scared, yeah. Dr. Agnes is going to be able to show you right on the map with all kinds of cool colors why you feel that way. What's
Well,
going on in your brain.
That's really cool because all those emotions are normal and natural, but you don't want to get stuck in one of those, right?
Exactly. They're all normal human emotions that we all experience, right? Like feeling sad or feeling anxious. But if your brain is firing in a way where it's kind of the wonky way instead
Yeah.
of this way, then what happens is you feel those feelings so much more than the average person, and then that's when it really kind of takes over
Yes.
your life, right? Your quality
It's
of life.
normal to be a little bit nervous on the first day of school, but you shouldn't be so nervous that you can't leave your house.
Yeah.
That would be too much nervousness. So that's what this is measuring. Is your nervousness where it should be, or are you having too much of that?
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Very cool.
Are we all set, Miss Ariana?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn you on, so to speak.
All right.
All
So I'm
right.
gonna move your hat.
We're
so
gonna
you
move
can
your
put your
head.
legs
Gotta put
up
your
and
legs up.
relax.
Get those big old cowboy boots up there.
Do I cross? Is it okay if I cross my
You
legs?
should uncross.
Uncross.
I
That's
thought
right.
so. That's just my natural thing. When I'm at home watching TV, I always have to cross my legs.
Okay, all right. So what I want you to do is I just want you to focus on looking on the screen
Okay.
and sitting really still. And while you're doing that, the computer by Miss Ariana is going to be recording your brain waves.
I'm having a hard time sitting still because I'm thinking, in that picture right there, I bet you there's some amazing fishing.
I bet there is some amazing fishing, but you can't be thinking about that. You
I'm
can't
sorry,
smile
I'm
and
just-
you
I'm
you
just
can't
relaxing.
talk, Cowboy Jack. No talking, no nothing. You got to throw away that key.
You can blink though.
You can blink if you're really good. No, it's good.
So you can see the different squiggly lines going across the screen. That's the computer recording the brain waves at the different locations that we see on the side. Brain map time is sometimes like football time. Do you ever watch a football game and only 5 minutes have gone by on the football clock? But when you look at your clock on the wall, it's been a half hour? Brain maps are like that too, because it only counts time when you're sitting still. So every time you move, the clock stops. So I always tell people, try and be a statue when you do your brain map. It'll go a lot quicker. For wiggle worms, it takes a long time.
That's great advice, Dr. Agnes. You're doing a great job, Cowboy Jack.
All right, well, here we are at the brain map report room, and Dr. Agnes here is going to go over our brain map.
Yeah.
So this is actually the report that you get from everything that we've done today.
Yes, and so what the brain map did was it measured your different kinds of brain waves. So like our delta waves help us with deep sleep.
Ooh,
And our theta waves are active when we're daydreaming.
I probably have a lot of those.
Well, you do have a little bit too much. See, green, when you see green on the brain map, green is good. That means the size of your brain wave is right where it should be.
Oh, wow.
Red and yellow are higher. We like to see green. When you have too much red and yellow on the front of your brain, it makes it hard to pay attention sometimes and makes us daydream more easily.
Well, I do kind of daydream a lot. I have a lot going on up here, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes you daydream a lot.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to work on and fix with the neurofeedback so you can pay attention better in school.
That is so cool. That's awesome, because I want to do the best I can in school, but sometimes I feel like my brain is just kind of running too active and it's hard for me to pay attention.
Yeah, and that's where neurofeedback helps, because once we get these brain waves to turn green, you're going to have better focus and better attention.
Better grades?
Better grades.
Woo, I can't wait to show my mom my report card. That is so cool. Now, what does this alpha talk about right here?
Well, just what you were saying, sometimes I think too much. People that have a lot of alpha back here tend to think too much.
Ooh, I've been accused of that too.
Yep.
And then what about the beta? I see beta there.
That's kind of the same thing. That's a lot of overthinking. So sometimes at night when you lay down to go to sleep, if you have trouble falling asleep because your brain won't be quiet, that's what that can cause.
I definitely have that one. That's a big thing for me.
Yeah. So
But that's so exciting. So now we know exactly kind of what we need to work on and where we go from
Exactly.
here. So I guess that's what the brain map report is all about.
That's what it's all about.
Now we've set that baseline and now we get to work.
Perfect.
Dr. Agnes, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
I'm excited for you to get started.
I am too. All right, so I'm right here ready for my neurofeedback. That's kind of like your brain training. We're gonna go in here and get my brain trained. This is gonna be so cool.
That's right.
Oh, hi.
Hi, come on in. Sit down, Cowboy Jack.
All right.
We're going to get you all set up. Are you ready to train your brain today?
Absolutely, I'm ready. This looks like an awesome chair. I
It's
just
pretty
sit right
awesome.
here.
You just sit right there. That's all you have to do.
Boy, it seems like all y'all have here is really comfortable
I know.
chairs.
And Cowboy Jack, I'm going to have Miss Tina come in. This is Miss Tina.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Before we get started, would you like a weighted blanket?
You know what? I run a little bit hot. I think I'm okay today.
Okay.
All right, perfect, perfect. Well, what I'm going to do, Cowboy Jack, is I'm going to talk you through what she's doing. Now, I know you don't like to give up that hat,
Well,
but you got to take that hat off.
if I gotta do it, I gotta do it.
All right, you got to do it. There you go. There you go.
I know those guys are laughing at my hair.
I know that. I'm
It's pretty
trying not to
funny.
laugh at your hair. We'll see how it goes.
You can go ahead and let it out.
All right, so here's what Tina's gonna do. Do you remember when Dr. Agnes showed you your brain map?
Yeah.
And you talked about how some of the areas it was difficult for you to focus on, and she showed you on your brain map why?
Yeah, those red places.
Those
on
red
the map.
places. So what Tina is gonna do now is she's gonna place these little sensors, you wanna show them the sensors? Right on your head,
Okay.
little bitty things, and she's gonna place them in the part of your brain that focuses on paying attention.
Okay.
Because that's the part we're gonna retrain. Make sense?
Absolutely.
All right, so Tina's gonna get you all set up.
This one goes on your ear.
And what I want you to do, Cowboy Jack, is while she's setting you up, I want you to think about what TV show you want to watch. Because you know what? That's all you have to do to train your brain is pick a television show. Pick a show. And you know what? We even have YouTube. Anything special you want to watch?
You know, there's this really cool show I love to watch called Cowboy Jack. Have you ever heard of it?
I have heard of Cowboy Jack, and he is a rock star. So we will make sure we get Cowboy Jack on. And while you're training your brain, all you have to do is just sit and watch TV. And you know what happens while you're watching TV?
What's that?
There's this big computer here right next to where you're sitting, and we've got Cowboy Jack all pulled up on it. You can see your names right there. And what's going to happen is while you're watching the show, every time your brain fires the right way it's supposed to, in like a regulated pattern, the right way, you're going to notice, Cowboy Jack, that the screen's going to get a little bit brighter, and the volume in the headphones that Miss Tina's going to give you is going to get a little bit louder.
Okay.
And then when your brain fires the wrong way, sort of in a dysregulated pattern, a little wonky if you will, you're going to notice that the TV screen gets a little bit darker and the volume in your ears get a little bit softer. You know why that happens?
Why is that?
Because your brain loves stimulation. You like to play video games, Cowboy Jack?
You know, not as much as I used to, but I used to really enjoy
Yeah,
it.
well, you know why you like playing video games? Because it's stimulation. It's bright lights, loud noises, things are happening. So it's kind of the same way in here. Your brain wants the screen to get brighter and wants the volume to get louder, craves that stimulation. So after a while, because you know you'd be coming here for like 60 sessions.
Oh, wow.
So after a while, your brain says, hey, you know what? The only way that screen is getting brighter and the volume's getting louder, which I like, is when I fire this way, when I fire the right way, right? When I'm doing the right things. So what happens over time is you actually create a new, what's called neuropathway. Now that's a big word, Cowboy Jack.
Neuropathway.
But what that means is you actually create sort of a new route in your brain through something called neuroplasticity. And that makes your brain fire the right way from then on out. So it's a permanent change. That means that by the time you're done with neurofeedback, that focus and attention problem you said you were having at school isn't going to be a problem anymore.
Wow, well that would be amazing.
I know, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. We help lots of kiddos get better grades here at Sandstone.
Okay.
So Miss Tina's going to put the headphones on.
All right.
And then we'll get your show fired up.
Boy, I'm getting all suited up here.
I know, you really are. You kind of look like you're going into outer space or something, Cowboy Jack.
Does that feel okay?
Absolutely.
And then we will get you all hooked up.
Ooh, now that's my bowling episode.
Yeah, she's turning you on. Can you hear it in your headphones?
I can.
Okay, so she's getting you all started.
Uh-oh, I guess I had a bad thought.
You didn't have a bad thought. You did not do anything wrong. I'm so glad you said that. But you know what that means? Remember I said when the screen gets a little bit darker? That just means sort of in that moment, your brain's firing a little outside the normal range.
Okay.
Now, once it fires back in the normal range, it's going to get brighter and the volume's going to get louder. That's how neurofeedback works. And since it's your first session, in the very beginning, lots of times it's dark a majority of the time, right? Because that's why you're here. Remember, lots of red on the brain map? But if you come back over and over and over again, by the end, it stays bright like almost the whole time because your brain has learned the right way to fire. Super interesting, isn't it?
That is so cool.
I know, it is super,
I'm controlling
super cool.
the television with my brain
You're
right now.
controlling the television with your brain.
That
You
is
really
so-
are. And you can see on the screen what's happening. You're not supposed to look at the screen, Cowboy Jack. See, you're not paying attention already.
I'm sorry.
I'm just playing. But it does show you on the screen sort of what's happening. And so these sessions would typically last about 30 minutes, and most kiddos come about 60 times. Now we do have home units, so some kiddos do it at home, but that's sort of what it's like. But I mean, is it painful to have 30 minutes of extra screen time a day?
No, this is really relaxing. I want to come here every day.
I know, the kiddos love it. We have parents that beg to come too.
I've got this great show on. I'm
That's
learning
right.
all about this robot that cleans bowling lanes. I mean, come on.
That's right, exactly, exactly. You can watch any show that you want. Super, super easy, super, super fun. So you think you could do this a few more times, Cowboy Jack?
Oh yeah, especially if it helps me with my school.
That's right. That's what's most important, getting those good grades.
But that's not all you help people with, right?
No, we help people with a whole variety of symptoms. We treat adults for things like anxiety and depression or trauma, PTSD, all kinds of stuff. And we treat a lot of elderly patients for cognitive decline.
Wow.
You know, once you get older, you sort of start having short-term memory loss, and you have you know, some cognitive issues a lot of times. And
Yeah.
so we're able to help with that. And then we treat a lot of kiddos. We can treat kids from 5 and up And we treat a lot of kids for things like you mentioned, focusing, paying attention, or impulsivity. Do you ever feel like you get mad or frustrated and you don't know why?
Oh, yeah.
Or you have a hard time staying in a good mood sometimes? You just
Yeah.
get super mad? Well, we help kiddos with that as well.
That's awesome. And I bet you do a lot of great things for a lot of veterans too.
We do a lot of great things for a lot of veterans. A lot of stroke victims, a lot of traumatic brain injury victims.
That's so
So
great.
you can come in our office any day and see a 5-year-old that's struggling with their grades at school or with impulsivity, sitting next to someone who's 85, who's having short-term memory loss, sitting next to someone who's 40 years old recovering from a traumatic brain injury. We treat it all here at Sandstone.
Wow, that's so versatile and so amazing.
It is, it really is. Your
And it's
brain is a fascinating machine. Been around for a super long time.
Really?
It's been around for decades, since around the 1950s is when neurofeedback first started becoming a
Wow.
thing.
That's a little bit before my time.
Before my time too.
Yeah.
A little bit before our time, absolutely.
This
But
is so cool.
it all happens because of what's the neuroplasticity of your brain. And I know that's a big word, but you
That is-
can retrain your brain. That's what
a
that
big
means.
word. That'd be a fun word for us all to say together, right? You guys want to say it with me?
Yeah, it's so fun.
Neuroplasticity.
Yeah, it's a
Neuroplasticity.
I know. Say that fast 10 times.
If you did it 5 times fast, you might get a little bit tongue twisted. Kind of like saying toy boat. Can you guys say toy boat 5 times fast?
Probably not.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy.
I think you need some more neurofeedback, Cowboy
I think
Jack.
I do too. All right, cowboys and cowgirls. Well, that pretty much does it for our first visit here at Sandstone Center for Neurofeedback. We've had a really good time. I got my brain mapped. We did a little bit of brain training. We went over my brain map with Dr. Agnes, and it's been a really cool and educational time. Let's go ahead and get checked out. Come on.
Hello.
All right, well, I guess I'm all done.
You are. Would you like a treat, sir?
Absolutely, I love a treat. Oh wow, these are fantastic organic pops. These are like little suckers. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, so I'm good to go until next time, right?
To go, yes, sir.
All right. Wow, guys. Well, like I said, this has been such a really cool time. I feel like I've learned a lot about how my brain functions, what brain waves are, and how we can do things to improve our things like paying attention at school or focusing on our schoolwork and all kinds of things. So I'm really glad we were here with our friends at Sandstone Center for Neurofeedback right in the Woodlands, Texas. So if you had a good time with us today, make sure to click subscribe, and that way you can come with us on all of our adventures because we go on a lot of them. And until next time I see you, yeah!